Oh, jam! Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Descent of Dragons set review. I'm Chewy. Mike is here, and Brian will be back
Yeah.
at some point, but we got sick of waiting. So we're gonna dive into the League of Evil classes. And the first one up is Priest. Okay, so I guess we should start with the Galakron in all of these classes, right?
Yeah, probably.
All right, so all of these classes get a Galakron hero card, all of which everyone gets just automatically when the set drops. So that's cool.
Right. Kind of like how everyone got Cthulhu back in the day.
Yeah, or something else.
Yeah, like everyone got Marin the Fox, everyone got the Spell Cloak.
They're like, oh, and then Brian's back.
Hey,
Excellent.
I would make all kinds of excuses, but you don't want to hear it. Let's go.
Excellent. Okay, so Galakron. We're going to start with Galakron.
Sure, let's Galakron.
So Galakron
Transformer.
is the hero card that these classes get, and they all have a different hero power and a different battle cry, but other than that, they all work the same way.
Yes.
So, and there are cards in these classes that say, and in neutral, that say invoke Galakron. You're killing me, Brian.
What? You could hear that?
Yeah, that was
Yes.
loud.
Muting. Invoke Galakron. What's that mean, Chewy?
Okay, so when you invoke Galakron, one is you power up your Galakron to hero, whether it's in your class or in your hand or in your deck or wherever. You power it up. So, why are we dropping frames? Look, Brian's trying to kill our eardrums, and now the stream doesn't want to go.
I am
the
just
hell?
awful. I'm sorry.
All right, so when you invoke Galakron, you power up your hero card, which more on that in a minute, and you also get the effect of whatever your class's Galakron hero power is. So in Priest, the hero power is Galakron's Wit, which is add a random priest minion to your hand. So whenever you invoke Galakron in Priest, you get that effect on top of it, which is super important because otherwise these cards are terrible.
if it got rid of your existing hero power, that would, yeah. Let's not do that.
What?
If that's all it did, yeah. It replaces your hero, right? So
What? No. When you invoke, all it does is the effect of the hero power happens.
right. I got you.
Yeah.
I got you.
So more on that when we get to invoke. But so the first Galakron is Galakron the Unspeakable. The battle cry is destroy one random enemy minion. Now these all upgrade twice. If you invoke twice, then you get Galakron the Apocalypse, and whatever the effect is doubles. So battle cry destroy one random enemy minion becomes destroy two random enemy minions. And then if you invoke, is it two more times?
I don't remember, but I assume
I-
it is.
Yeah,
Well, we can
clicking
look.
on this doesn't tell me, so
So let's look up Gallagher. What's this one called? The Unspeakable.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Whoop. Galakron invoke twice to upgrade. Yeah, okay. So once you invoke 4 times, you get the final one, which is doubled again. So you can see here on the screen, the Apocalypse is destroy 2 random enemy minions, and Azeroth's End is 4, and you get a 5/2 claw weapon. Now, the 5/2 claw weapon is the same for all of these Galakrons once you get to Azeroth's End. It's 4 times the original battle cry, and you get a claw. So a fully invoked Galakron is nuts. Just in all the classes. It's completely nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's a 7 mana hero that gives you 5 armor and destroys some enemy minions, 1, 2, or 4.
You are way too good at saying enemy minions. It's just rolling off your tongue, and I'm super impressed.
Enemy
But
minions.
yeah, you ruined it. Yeah.
So yeah, Galakron, the Unspeakable, the Priest one is a big, like, comeback. It's a board wipe. Well, not a board wipe, but it's removal, and then you get the random Priest minions. Now, Priest minions vary wildly in quality.
They do.
So I'm not sure what the median value of a random Priest minion is, but that one we'll have to play with and see how it feels, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
This feels very reminiscent of Death Knight Anduin from the removal aspect of its battlefield, of its battle cry, but the hero power is totally different. So yeah, I kind of like this one. You know how much I love random effects, although ending up with 1/3 after 1/3 after 1/3, maybe not the best.
So that's
Throw.
Galakron. He's what you're. If you're playing a Galakron deck, he's probably the point. So you're gonna have lots of invokes in there, which means you're gonna have a lot of random priest minions, and hopefully you'll get to play him and wipe 4 things and get a 5/2 weapon to kill something else.
Yep.
Seems fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so with Galakron out of the way, let's get to the rest of the cards. So first up, we've got Whispers of Evil.
A Chewy.
Yeah,
Evil.
exactly.
Exactly.
Which costs 0 and adds a lackey to your hand. Now, there is a new lackey in this set. It's the Draconic Lackey, which is Discover a Dragon.
Do that.
Do what?
Said I was wondering if they were going to do that.
Yeah, so last time we got the, what was the last one? The Titanic Lackey was the new one?
Yes.
Think so.
Yeah, now we get the Draconic Lackey, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. And it helps with the themes of the set, so
Exactly.
yeah.
But my question is, why does... This is a rogue card. Like, rogue wants the 0-cost cards, and it wants lackeys, because it actually has if you control a lackey with Togwaggle. But Priest doesn't have any cards that care about lackeys. I looked. Is a random lackey worth a spot in your deck?
I guess they just wanted to give it another lackey creating card since it is one of the evil classes.
Maybe.
Because what else did it have? Was it just the
2/2 Death Rattle
class? Yeah.
And sometimes I feel like they do things like this. I'm not saying this is a bad spell, but it's not great. Sometimes I feel like they do things like this to balance out some of the get a random priest spell effects. So when you've got the
that is a good point.
Glorious Dawn person, and you're like, cast a spell, and it's like, here, get a Whispers of Evil, and you're like, yeah, woo. I mean, it's not terrible, it's just not great.
I mean, I would be happy.
That's actually really good.
Yeah, I would be happy to get this as a...
Yeah, I thought about that
insane.
because it costs 0.
Yeah, I would be really happy to get this off of a random pre-spell effect.
Yeah, okay.
But as far as putting it in your deck,
Yeah.
But Brian brings up a good point about balancing the random spell cards.
Every now and then I do. So pay attention. You never know when it might happen again.
It's true. It might not happen again.
It's true. See you in 5 years, guys.
All right, so now we've got the Disciple of Galakron, a 1-mana 1/2 battlecry invoke Galakron. So this powers up your Galakron, gets you a random priest minion, and is a 1-mana 1/2.
And see, I just want to take a second because somebody pointed out in the chat, sometimes reading the cards doesn't tell you everything it does. I missed, until this conversation, when you're talking about Galakron, I missed that invoking Galakrond actually activates his hero power for that class. I missed that, and so I thought it was just literally like Cthulhu, like, upgrade your Cthulhu and nothing else. This is so much better.
Oh yeah.
This is so much better.
Because of what Invoke does, these cards are really bad without it. So,
Well, I like the fact that, like Cthulhu, when you're powering up Cthulhu, if you don't draw him, yes, some of them have, like, if your Cthulhu is 10 or more, you get those effects, but otherwise, you're just wasting your time. This is, you get an effect regardless of whether you ever draw Galakrond.
very much so, yeah.
Yeah. So for 1 mana, a 1/2 that gets you a random priest minion, I'm actually completely fine with that.
Yeah, it's fine. It's
Yeah.
it's not great, but you're probably going to want to play it if
Yeah.
you're playing Galakrond. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But 1 drop that gets you a minion, that's, yeah. Sweet.
Oh, yeah,
Next.
that's true. Yeah, 1 mana, draw a card, that's a minion. Yeah.
Draw a card that's a minion. Even if you can't play it next turn, some point you'll be able to play it.
So now we've got another one of these weird ass priest cards, the Envoy of Lazul. A 2 mana 2/2, battle cry, look at 3 cards, guess which one is in your opponent's hand to get a copy of it.
This effect was on a battle cry of a minion fairly early. Like, I want to say, like, goblins versus gnomes or something like that.
No, that was
It was fairly recent.
that
Was
was
it?
get
Not
look at
super.
3 cards, guess which one is in your opponent's deck.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I
it was
think-
3 for 3.
Yeah. This one,
Okay. Is their hand.
does it show you like 3 random cards and one of them is in their hand, or does it show you 3 cards that are in their deck and one of them is from their hand?
Does it explain?
I think
don't
they
know.
have somewhere. Hang on, let's go over here to the Hearthstone Gamepedia.
If they're
Envoy.
all in their deck somewhere, that makes this a lot harder, because sometimes with some of the guess, here's 3 cards, it's easy to tell, well, they wouldn't run these 2.
Okay, here we go. Envoy of Lazul attempts to show 3 cards. 1 card in the opponent's hand and 2 cards that are in the opponent's current deck, but not in the opponent's hand.
So they could be 2 cards of anything.
But, well, no, it's going to show 3 cards that your opponent has, and you have to guess which one's in their hand.
Gotcha. Okay.
That's
Huh.
hard. That's really hard.
It is really hard, but
It
it
is.
does
It's
get
too-
you information,
Yeah.
which in Hearthstone is 50-50 how useful that'll be, but
It's a 2/2 for 2 with a maybe upside. I mean,
Yeah.
it doesn't have a downside, right? So
other
kind
than
of like a.
it's eating up a slot in your deck.
Other than being a
Yeah.
2 for 2.
Yeah.
It feels like the gnome pyre,
The what?
the gnome vampire that when it came in, it just got rid of the top card of the opponent's deck.
Except that was useful.
Yeah, that does something every time.
Yeah, but that card may or may not have mattered. So, Mike, you love self mill. You're like, hey, great. So
It doesn't quite work the same way in this game.
no, it doesn't. Okay, so this is a weird card, but
This is a weird
whatever.
card. All right, so then we have the first of our evil breath, the Breath of the Infinite. A 3 mana spell, deal 2 damage to all minions. If you're holding a dragon, only damage enemies. So if you have a dragon, it's a consecration that doesn't hurt the face. For 1 less.
If you don't have a dragon, it's a volcanic potion.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
exactly a volcanic potion. Right? That costs 3?
Mhm.
Yeah.
yeah, I think I'm fine with this.
Yeah, all told, this is a good card, because
Yeah.
Volcanic
Yeah.
Potion was a good card.
Yeah,
Huh. Well, there you go.
yeah.
I like it.
I mean, I haven't run the numbers to see the average toughness of minions out there to see which one is better in its respective format, but seems good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And besides, if you're playing this, you're almost certainly playing it in a dragon's deck. So
Hmm.
when did you not want to deal 2 damage to all of your enemy minions?
never.
So
Maybe
then
against a warrior, but whatever.
Then we've got Mind Flayer Karj.
Large.
How the hell do you say that? It's pronounced cars. Thanks, flavor text. Son of a...
Oh, they love their jobs.
Oh my god. Okay, so Mind Flayer Cars is a 3-mana 3/3. Battle Cry, choose an enemy minion. Death Rattle, summon a new copy of it.
Maybe when you play it, it'll pronounce its name for you.
Oh, that would be nice. I
By the
haven't
way,
seen it happening though.
I really like this. It's like a weird take on Gelatinous Cube, except you're taking the opponent's creature, but you're not taking it. You're getting a copy of it. So it says a new copy of it, so I'm assuming that means it doesn't have damage on it.
Yeah.
Or great.
It's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Depending on what your opponent's playing, this is like I don't know, like a better than piloted shredder?
Can be, yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, this is perfectly in line with Priest because they have a whole lot of like, I like what you're doing over there, now it's mine kind of stuff. So
Yeah. This seems actually like really solid.
yeah, I can get down with this.
Huh. Neat. Okay, then we have Fate Weaver. Oh my god. Okay,
Weave in
4
the fate.
mana, 3/6 dragon. With the battle cry, if you've invoked twice, that's important, reduce the cost of cards in your hand by 1. So now if you've invoked 4 times, it doesn't do it, reduce the cost by 2. It doesn't work that way. It's just, did you invoke
It's
twice,
just-
yes or no?
And see, this is why reading the card is important. I guess because of that dragon type line beneath that, somehow my head inserted in the reduce the cost of dragon cards in your hand by 1. I'm like, hey, I can deal with that. But no, it's all the cards in your hand by 1, which is better.
Yeah, and a 4 mana 3/6 is already good.
Yeah.
Like, that's not even alright. That's good.
That's a nice little crossover between the Dragon and Galakron themes.
Yeah, very
Yep.
true.
Yep. You like dragons? Here you go.
So,
But
yeah,
you also want to invoke, so there you go.
seems fine. And it could be that there's some sort of bizarre, because anytime you have cost reduction, there's always some sort of bizarre combo thing. But my brain doesn't work that way.
You notice how, and this is a bit of speculation, you notice how all the cards say if you've invoked twice, do this, leaving the door open maybe for invoking other things in the future. Invoking pizza. Things like that,
I mean, it would not surprise me if they bring back Invoke in several sets with invoking like an old god or something.
Right.
I wouldn't expect it, but it wouldn't surprise me either.
There you go. Okay.
All right, next up, Grave Rune. 4 mana, give a minion, Death Rattle, summon 2 copies of this. When I saw this, my brain went, wait, am I in Shaman?
Does feel a little bit like, yeah. And at
But-
first, obviously you're not going to trigger battle cries with this, but like Mike pointed out earlier, Death Rattle seems pretty good. Another chance to get 2 of these. I also like doing it on a taunt because that's like, haha, you thought you were getting through.
Oh, I want to put this on, not even getting combo-y. I just want to put this on a Kartuk Defender and go, yeah, you are never getting through this.
Oh, is that the 2/5 or 2/6 that went Death Rattle destroyed an enemy minion?
No, the 3/4 reborn Death Rattle gain 3 health.
Oh wow, yeah.
Because when it
Okay.
dies, it'll
That's right.
resummon its reborn version and then 2 full versions
Yep.
that haven't been reborn yet.
Yeah, I'm not going to like that.
No, not at all. But the problem is, it's a 4 mana spell that doesn't do anything unless you've got stuff on the board. Although
Yeah.
the Convincing Infiltrator, I would also like to put it on one of those. That's
But,
the 2/6 that kills a creature.
I feel like this could be really good, but I think I also see myself because I've been in this before where I am like waiting to like finally get something out that I want to put this on, and nothing stays on the board long enough for me to do this to it.
Well, yeah.
So
Also, My brain might be polluted because the last priest I played was N'Zoth priest. And that's not a thing anymore.
You can just replace N'Zoth and Sylvanas with 2 copies of this. Easy.
I mean, that's, yeah. If somehow you're, oh god, the 6/8 who summons things that died?
Oh yeah, Katrina.
There we go, yeah. If Katrina Muerte somehow doesn't die, throw a grave rune on it and watches your opponent concedes.
We are bad people.
We really are. But priest
Especially
is a bad
Mike.
class as far as, being decent, so. Like, ethically decent, like morally decent.
Right. Yeah.
Humanitarily decent.
So next up we've got Chrono Breaker, which makes
Which
no
is an
sense.
awesome. It's an awesome name.
Yeah, but it doesn't fit with the card. It's a 5-mana 4/5 dragon with a death rattle. If you're holding a dragon, deal 3 damage to all enemy minions. Which, that's fine. But why is it called Chrono Breaker?
I'm gonna
See, when
break
it
time
dies-
so hard, you're all gonna take 3 exactly.
No, it's when it dies, it creates a time wave that sends all your opponent's minions into the future where they've taken 3 damage.
Oh. Anyway.
I don't have any response to that. Mike.
Nope, I got nothing. I think it's fine. I think it's pretty good, actually. Like a 4/5. It doesn't have taunt,
Yeah.
which my brain just inserted.
It would probably be a little too good at 5 mana, 4/5 with taunt with that ability.
That is true, yeah. It's also all enemy minions, which for some reason, even though I just read it, my brain did not accept.
Does not compute.
I was like, oh, so when it dies, it just deals 3 to everything, like the 4/4, the abomination thing with taunt.
Yeah, the
But no,
not at all.
this is way better than that. Okay, yeah, I like it. I like it. Control Dragon Priest, I'm on it. Yeah, let's go.
Speaking of Control Dragon Priest Galakron,
Yeah. This
Time
is
Rip?
Assassinate.
yes.
Yeah.
I thought Whispers of Evil, Time Rip. Are we sure that this is actually Priest?
Right? So Time Rip, 5 mana, destroy a minion, invoke Galakron, which means 5 mana, destroy a minion, get a random priest minion in your hand.
And upgrade Galakron at the same time.
Yeah.
So,
Seems good.
I'm not sure what else you want from a card.
Yeah. Now, for 5 mana, it's kind of hard. Especially since Priest has so much other removal that's conditional but cheaper. But to invoke Galakron is probably worth.
Mhm.
Yeah. Also, we should also point out that when you're discovering things, you can't discover these invoke cards.
Really?
Right.
Yeah, because that would be kind of silly.
Well, I just didn't know that.
Because they don't do anything if you don't have a Galakron in your deck. At least the invoke part doesn't. It's still 5 mana to destroy a minion, but if you're not playing a Galakron, that's all. It's just Assassinate. So that's an important thing to keep in mind. So don't be like, okay, I'll try to get a random priest spell. Maybe I'll get Time Rip, because you won't.
That actually is very helpful. Thank you. Again, stuff that's not necessarily said by the card.
Yeah, that was all in an article and in probably some live stream stuff. All right, moving on. Oh, we did him already. All right, moving on. Oh my God, Mirazond the Infinite. I saw a clip of this. So he's an 8 mana 8/8 dragon. Battle cry: play all cards your opponent played last turn. And I saw a clip where somebody went off with like it was a mage, the guy that makes your next spell free, and he went like a thing and then a another thing and then like a free flame strike and then something else and then and wiped his opponent's board and said go ha, and dude just went Mirazon the Infinite and got a thing and another thing and wiped his opponent's board and was like, okay, your turn.
Ha! Go!
And I was like, ah. So as an 8 mana 8/8, Mirazond is just all right, but it's a ridiculous, like, swing, turn, swing back, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, if your opponent has a big, stupid turn and you've got Mirazond the Infinite, then you're like, that was awesome, thanks! Like,
My only issue with this is going to be holding on to it for way too long.
oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you're waiting on them to have a big, crazy swing turn so you can blam!
And then they're just not gonna, and I'm going to lose because it's not necessarily going to take a big, crazy turn, but you're always going to feel like, that's not enough. When sometimes you just need an 8/8 that maybe copies one other thing.
Yeah, like, I could totally see my opponent goes like a 3-3 and a 3-4, and I go, alright, Mirazond, get an 8-8 and a 3-3 and 3-4. That sounds pretty freaking awesome for 8 mana, actually.
That actually sounds ridiculous.
Yeah.
Good job, Chewy.
But that's... Yeah, this is one of those cards that is just... It's all tempo and value, but at the cost of your opponent had to do it first.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a really strange card.
I'm assuming targets are chosen randomly.
I assume?
I mean, that's
Yeah, they would have to be.
they would have to be. That's the only way that would work. Oh, well, I assassinated your thing, and your thing isn't around to assassinate anymore, so I guess it doesn't assassinate the assassinate. What?
What?
So that's Priest.
Yeah, Priest has... Like I said at the beginning, I don't think Brian had made it back yet, but Priest is kind of dumpy compared to the rest, because this is a super powerful set. And nothing in Priest jumps out at me as super powerful. Really.
Nothing is like completely ridiculous, but I feel like there are standouts. It's not
Oh, yeah.
spread out, but the legendaries are nuts. And Time Rip's great, and then the rest is like, sure.
Yeah, like, I really like Karj, and Fate Weaver is pretty sweet.
Mm-hmm.
And Grave Rune is silly. I wonder if there's some sort of crazy combo that can be done with this that again, my brain doesn't work that way.
I'm sure there is.
But, like, the rest of it is just alright. Which, when a set that's overpowered, having a class that's mostly alright cards is in a normal set having a class that sucks. So,
High standard of living, so to speak.
pretty much. Yeah, I guess we'll have to see how this works. But it's got dragon stuff, it's got Galakron stuff, it's got just sheer weirdness. So it's got all the stuff you want. And it's got Envoy of Lazul. All right. How about Rouge?
All right.
Oh, I love Rouge. It looks good on.
It does. All right. So we'll start with Galakron, which is, again, 7 mana, 5 armor. Battle Cry. Draw 1 card. It costs 0. After you invoke twice, it's draw 2 cards. They cost 0. And after you invoke 2 more times after that, it's draw 4 cards. They cost 0, I think. Hang on. Let me double check. Which one is this?
The Nightmare.
Nightmare. Thank you. It is draw 4 cards. Jesus. And get the 5/2 claw. Don't forget that. But then the hero power is Galakron's Guile, which adds a lackey to your hand. And lackeys, for 1 mana, are stupid. They've always been stupid. Lackeys are powerful. Lackeys are nuts. So, yes.
Yeah, and with the invoke things saying get a lackey, that's good.
Yeah, and that's why the rogue lackey invoke cards are kind of lame, because what you're invoking is pretty good.
Yeah.
So yeah, Galakron is again a big comeback like mechanic. Draw a bunch of cards, they're all free. Do crazy stuff.
I think it's pretty important for it to be a comeback mechanic just because they cost 7, so...
And they require so much like setup in order to get
Yeah,
insane.
lots of hoops.
Yeah. So, all right, that's Galakron. Seems good.
Seems good.
Whoops. All right, so let's start with the Bloodsail. Hang on, Bloodsail Flybooter. Flybooter. Okay, a 1-mana 1/1 pirate battlecry. Add 2 1/1 pirates to your hand. You like pirates? Cause I got you some pirates.
Yar.
Like Edwin Van Cleef, because he likes these pirates too.
Yeah. That's it really. Like, it sets up your combo cards for the rest of the freaking game.
Yep.
Or at least for the foreseeable future. Yeah. Tempo Rogue, yes. Okay, moving on. Dragon's Horde.
This is an interesting card.
Yeah, 1 mana spell. Discover a legendary minion from another class. This goes right into your various flavors of Thief Rogue. Well, okay. If you're looking to play like efficient and gonna win Thief Rogue, maybe not. But if you're looking to play hilarious and awesome Thief Rogue, totally.
Which is my favorite kind.
Oh, yeah.
that's-
I'm still playing Tess with the 1 copy of Togwaggle Scheme to shuffle a bunch of Tesses in my deck. So, yeah, Dragon's Horde will go right in there, and I will not care.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because everyone knows, the legendaries that you could be looking at range all the way from what the heck is this garbage to okay, I think I win.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And that is glorious.
And remind me, I think when this says from another class, when it shows you the 3 cards, they're all from the same class, right?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I can't remember. It's been a while since I played my Thief Rogue, but it seems like whenever they show you 3 cards from another class, they're from the same class.
Yeah, I don't remember noticing that, but I doubt I was really paying attention.
Hang on, let's look it up and see. Dragon's Horde. I'm really digging having Gamepedia handy here. Nope, doesn't say. Well, screw you. But my point is, if that's the case, which I'm moderately certain it is, that means if you're seeing them all from the same class, there's bound to be one, what is this garbage, and one, holy crap, I think I win. Both there.
Yeah.
So don't misclick. Now, if they're not all from the same class and it just shows you 3 random ones that aren't rogue, then your bandwidth is a lot wider in terms of what you could get.
Mm-hmm.
But alright, so then we have our first invoke card, Praise Galakron. 1 mana, give a minion +1 attack, invoke Galakron. Which means give a minion +1 attack, get a lackey.
Yeah.
And again, if this didn't give you the lackey, this card would be bad.
But
Since it gives you a lackey, it's kind of silly.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, the effect itself is whatever. For 1 mana, 1+1 attack, I don't think that's actually worth it.
Yeah.
Without the lackey.
It's not. I'll definitively say that.
You have to be playing it for Galakron and for Galakron only.
Yeah.
For Galakron.
So, there you go. You also have to have a minion out? Well, I guess you don't have to, because you could give an opponent's minion +1 attack. Which, if you've got something on the board, you're going to trade in anyway. But then why would you attack with their... See what I mean? Anyway.
I don't know, maybe backstab it? I feel like we're reaching a bit.
Yeah. I mean, there will be times when you'll praise Galakron someone else's thing and then backstab it just to get the invoke off. Like, that's totally a thing.
That's a funny flavor thing. You go up to somebody and you're like, "Hello, sir. Have you heard about Galakron? Let's praise Galakron together." And with your other hand, you reach behind you and you grab the knife.
Do you have a minute to talk about our Lord and Savior Galakron?
Do you have a minute to die for our... Wait, no, I said talk. So, next
Next, we have Seal Fate. Good card. Well, good name.
It's fine.
For 3 mana, you deal 3 damage to an undamaged character and invoke Galakrond, which means get a lackey.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's tough when backstab is free, and this is 1 more damage, and it costs 3 more. But again, you're paying for the lackey, so
yeah,
because lackeys don't come free, you know. Not in this economy.
Unless you're playing priest.
Unless I see what you did there, Mike. So yeah, it's fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, then we have Necrium Apothecary. And I think this is a whole deck.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. So it's a 4 mana 2/5 combo. Draw a Death Rattle minion from your deck and gain its Death Rattle. Let's just remind everyone that Cairn Bloodhoof is still in the classic set. And the 2 mana dude. The 2 mana dude. The 2/2 dude who makes a mech. A 7/7. Mechanical Whelp.
Yeah, the Mechanical Whelp.
Is still in standard.
And there's something else cool we're going to read in a minute that will also be in standard.
I'll take your word for it because I'm searching for it in my brain and it's not coming. But I'm pretty sure that that's a deck, right? That and the Necrium Blade and possibly a Necrium Vial.
This is one of these cards you have to watch out for because it literally gets better every time you print a Death Rattle minion, and they like to do that. So
they do. But because you draw it from your deck, you have control over what you're getting by what you put in the deck. So, yeah.
Right. Yeah. But it also means you can't do something super duper degenerate since it takes the card out of your deck. So the next Necrium Apothecary can't get that exact one.
That is very true.
True, but you also get the card that you're getting the Death Rattle of as well. So you're removing it from the deck, so you can't loop Apothecary. But you're also getting another creature with that Death Rattle. So there you go.
Yeah. All right. So moving on. The Umbral Skulker.
Do you like money? Because she likes money.
Yeah, 4 mana 3/3 epic. The battle cry is if you've invoked twice, add 3 coins to your hand. My first thought was Edwin. My second thought was the Auctioneer. And then I was ashamed of myself. Or just, next turn you've got 3 extra mana to play with.
Yeah.
These are all totally things that are good. I'm not sure. It's probably worth playing. Well, okay. If you're just playing Galakrond and you're not playing any stuff that takes advantage of it, like Edwin or the Auctioneer, it might not be worth putting in a deck just because you've got Galakrond. But then you could also play Galakrond 2 turns earlier.
Yes, you could.
So there's all kinds of shenanigans going on here. Then we've got Stowaway. A 5 mana 4/4 battle cry. If there are this is so silly. If there are cards in your deck that didn't start there, draw 2 of them.
Yeah, this is a little something.
So this works really great with Waxadread, who we'll get to in a minute. This works really great with copies of Tess that you have Togwaggle schemed into your deck.
Or anything else that you've Togwaggle schemed into your deck.
Also that, yeah. There's that other spell that puts, shades or shadows or something in your deck?
Yeah, shadow copies.
Yes, I can see it.
There's the portal guys that put the spells that make 2/2 rush demons.
Yep.
True. Oh my god, yeah, Volrath's Bane just said, "Be still my pogo heart." Oh god. Oh god!
Oh yeah, you can do silly pogo stuff.
No, we're done. Moving on. That actually hurt my soul. Oh yeah, here's Waxadread. This is the legendary dragon, which is one that apparently Togwaggle made because Rogue didn't have one and Togwaggle was pissed. A
Me
5
take
mana.
candle and make dragon.
You're damn right. A 5 mana 7/5 dragon. That's pretty not bad. And the death rattle is shuffle a candle into your deck that resummons Waxadread when drawn. Now, note it says resummons Waxadread, not resummons this minion. So,
So
your
the apothecary would.
yeah, your apothecary could shuffle in a candle that you could later find to make another 7/5. It's kind of a long, drawn out way to do things, but it's really funny.
I like it. This gets the Brian
Waxadread only costs 5, so you could get this started pretty early.
Yeah, and
That's
how many
7/5.
times? Now, when it comes to bombs, how many times have your opponent gone, okay, here's a bomb and here's a bomb, and then the next turn, you draw both of them, and you're like, that's not even possible!
It's happened a few too many times.
Yeah, so it's
Feel like
possible, it's not probable, but it's possible that you'll just get Waxadread back almost immediately, which is funny. Also, it should be pointed out, Stowaway draws bombs. Be careful. Just saying.
Good point, actually.
Yeah.
Didn't think of-
But yeah, Waxadread is just fun. I don't know. I severely doubt he's any good, but he's a lot of fun.
I think there's some potential for him, but we'll see.
The Stowaway can also pull Waxadread candles.
Yeah. Like I said before, he works really well with Waxadread. Also, if you have a death rattles of or trigger death rattles with the Necrium Blade or the Necrium Vial, you just get lots of candles in your deck that turn into 7/5s.
Yeah.
Wait, again, this isn't good for doing well on high ranks on the ladder, but it's freaking sick when it works.
I think Waxadread is definitely a deck. I think let's not dismiss it outright as to whether it's any good, but I wouldn't stick my neck out there to say it definitely is good.
I agree with that.
Non-committal Mike.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, and here's what the candle looks like, just in case you care. It's a melted Waxadread. Oh my god! I hadn't looked at the candle. Oh, that's great. Okay, moving on. We have Candle Breath. Now, this is an expensive-ass breath. For 6 mana, draw 3 cards. But, if you're holding a dragon, it costs 3 less. So it's 3 mana, draw 3 cards, which is completely silly. Can triggering his death rattle before he dies summon another if it's resummoned? Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, the candle just summons him. It
the
doesn't.
candle. Wait,
It doesn't check to see if there's any
where's this candle?
already
What?
around.
Yeah. The
There
word
it is.
resummon doesn't have any special rules.
Yeah, it just says cast when drawn, summon Waxadread on the card itself. So yeah.
It's like it's like when a magic card says return, it doesn't mean it has to have been wherever you're returning it to before.
Right. So yeah, back to Candle Breath. If you have dragons, this is completely silly. Especially in Rogue, that wants to draw lots of cards so it can do lots of things. All right. Then we have, I love this guy, Flick Skyshiv. A 6 mana 4/4 legendary. Battlecry, destroy a minion and all copies of it wherever they are.
Did somebody say something about Pogo earlier?
Yes. Very much so. But this is, I mean, it's not great. It's a tech card against Pogo and things like that. But it's I wonder if this would have some sort of use in Wild? How does this interact with Jades, I wonder?
Well, I mean,
Because it depends on
unless
how the game considers them.
Yeah, I have no idea if it considers them copies of the same card or not.
If they just have the same name, that's an interesting question.
Yeah.
but like it's not you're only destroying a minion, so you can't affect like the Jade Ritual or anything.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, I don't know. Flick Sky Shiv is an oh crap button for the game.
Yeah.
I can see
Safety
that.
valve.
Yeah. All right, moving on. Oh, Galakron. Okay. So, an important thing to notice about Rogue is that there's only one dragon, and it's Waxadread.
Hmm.
So, if you're trying to do dragony things, I think that's why they made Candle Breath so nuts.
Hmm.
It's because you have to really want it.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to be heavily reliant on neutral dragons. Which means it might not be worth it, because remember, Galakron doesn't count. Because it doesn't have the dragon type.
Having to pay 6 for Candle Breath isn't a tragedy, but yeah,
But it's
you'd
not
rather
good
avoid
either.
it if you can. Hmm.
All right. But Rogue has... I swear the Necrame Apothecary is a thing. It's got some Galakron-y stuff. Stowaway, and it leads to some silliness. Waxadread could be some silliness. It does have the Blood Cell Flybooter, which is really good
Really good.
for Rogue.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you want to play your Thief Rogue and add some spice to it, Dragon's Horde is pretty funny. Like, I was playing Brightwing. This is probably better than Brightwing because it's guaranteed to be from another class.
Mm-hmm.
Brightwing, a good chunk of the time, gets you a neutral legendary, and you go, oh. It's always Lorwalker Cho for me.
Lorwalker Cho is hilarious sometimes. Other times he's
But, like, I don't know what to think about this. Because Rogue's playstyle is usually in a way that my brain, as I keep saying, my brain doesn't work that way. And that's pretty much Rogue. Like, I don't know how good any of this is until I see it in action, unlike other classes when I can conceptually tell if something might be good or not. I got nothing.
Right.
gotcha.
Yeah. All right, how about Shamonda?
Shaman.
All right, so the Shaman Galakron is the Tempest, which, again, 7 mana, 5 armor. Battle Cry, summon 2/2/2 storms with Rush. When you invoke twice and it becomes the Apocalypse, it's 2/4/4 storms with Rush. And when it becomes Azeroth's End, it's 2/8/8 storms with Rush and a Claw.
Yikes.
Which I don't need to tell you, that's silly. And it's also a battle cry that only costs 7, so you could put Galakron in Quest Shaman and get 4 8/8s with Rush. I've seen it done. It's terrifying.
I don't know how to feel about that. I think bad. I'm gonna go with bad.
And then the hero power, Galakron's Fury, is summon a 2/1 elemental with Rush. Which is
Ooh.
really good.
Yeah, that's a good invoke effect right there.
Yup. So yeah, Galakron good, Galakron good.
Hmm.
Okay, so how about the rest of the spells? First up, Invocation of Frost. 1 mana, freeze an enemy, invoke Galakron. So 1
And
mana,
see-
freeze an enemy, get a 2/1 with Rush. Yes.
And see, again, when I was looking at this earlier and I didn't know that invoking actually used his hero power, I was like, straight up, not worth it. Why is this even here? I guess if you have to fill out your deck, not going to pay 1 for this. And knowing this little thing changes the analysis completely.
Yup. It goes from that's stupid to holy crap, I'm in.
Yeah, pretty much. Common card and easily a 2 of. Just straight up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Storm's Wrath. 1 mana. Give your minions +1/+1 with Overload 1. Let us remind ourselves that this is shaman, which is where you have lackeys. Not lackeys, totems. You have lackeys
Totem.
too. You have both.
Yeah.
Both.
And
Yep.
giving all of those +1/+1 is a good thing. Capital good.
Hey, Chewie,
Hey.
you know what happens to a dragon when it's struck by lightning?
I get the feeling
The
I really want to
same
hit
thing
you.
that happens to everything
I
else. at
do
Storm.
want to hit you. So yeah, Storm's Wrath is good. Right? Right?
Right. Yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
So then, oh look, Surging Tempest. Well, okay, well, hang on, let's rephrase that. Storm's Wrath is good in a deck that has lots of little things. Like if you're playing the Thunderhead and like Vicina and the freaking make 2/1/1s. I can never remember the name of that freaking spell.
The Spark Rush.
Is that it?
I feel like
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah. Then this card is really good in the Overload deck. I'm pretty sure because it'll pump up all your little dudes that the Thunderhead made and make 2 more, and that's silly. But okay, so Surging Tempest, a 1-mana 1/3 elemental, and it has +1 attack while you have overloaded mana crystals. It's a fixed Tunnel Trog.
Yeah.
Because
It's
Tunnel
an
Trog...
overload bonus thing that doesn't make me want to cuss immediately.
Exactly, yeah. Tunnel Trog got a plus to its power based on the number of overloaded mana crystals, whereas this just
And
overloaded
it
crystals,
kept
yes
that
or no,
bonus.
+1.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Tunnel Trog was no,
Stupid.
but in the worst / best / way.
Yeah. Like, Tunnel Trog was responsible for one of the early Shaman Stone times when everything sucked. So, Surging Tempest gives you that same effect, but without making Mike want to pull his beard off.
That would be quite the sight. Let's not do that.
Let's not do that, exactly.
Next.
But still a good card, just not a broken card.
Very, very good.
Yeah. All right, now we have Lightning Breath, 3 mana, deal 4 damage to a minion. If you're holding a dragon, also damage its neighbors. If you're holding a dragon, this card is stupid.
That's a lot of damage.
Yeah.
A whole lot.
Feels very what is it? Flame wave in Mage.
Flame Strike?
Flame Strike.
Yeah, Flame Strike.
Feels very Flame Strike.
Yeah, for less than half the cost.
Yes.
Yeah, this is a good card, and this is another one of those that makes you think about positioning, because you're gonna get burned by this, and you're gonna go because you didn't put the proper thing in the middle. So yeah, I like this a lot. Then we have Squall Hunter, okay. So it's a spell damage +2 with overload 2 that costs 4. But
For
it's
a
a
5/7.
dragon,
Yeah.
and it's
Yeah.
a 5/7.
Yeah, it makes me think of the faceless jerk face, whatever it was.
The 4 mana 7/7.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not that bad. But it's a 4 mana 5/7 with spell damage +2, and it's a dragon. That's too much stats. Like, the 4 mana 7/7 was way too much stats. This is just too much stats. I guess the overload 2 makes that probably fine,
Eh.
but damn. Just damn. That's so... Look at all of those stats. Oh, I can't. Okay, let's keep going. Buh. The Bandersmosh. I love this name. Each turn this is in your hand, transform it into a 5/5 copy of a random legendary minion. So I can't wait to get my ass kicked by a 5/5 Nat Pagel.
Right.
Now, question: does this will keep the cost of whatever that minion is, right? It's not a 5 mana.
Presumably.
I think so.
Okay.
which is why Nat Pagal would be so good.
Right.
Yeah.
I got you. 5/5 Brightwing.
I mean, I'd be alright with that. But yeah, Bandersnatch is not a good card, but he's a fun card. Sometimes that's all you need.
Mm-hmm.
And he might be a good card, and I just don't see it. I guess it depends on if it does keep the cost. I assume it does, right?
Yeah, I think it would. I think it would say that if it kept the 5 cost.
I would think so.
Yeah, it looks like it. Oh, wow.
What's up?
Wait. So the minion that Bandersnatch copies takes into account innate cost reduction modifiers, if any. So if it's a cost last win thing, then it'll have that.
Right.
If cost reduction or set attribute effects are applied to Bandersnatch at the start of your turn, Bandersnatch still becomes a 5-mana 5/5 without the cost reduction or set attribute effects. No, I think a thing just costs
What?
5. Because it says, example, Geppetto Joybuzz draws a Bandersnatch, reducing it to a 1-mana 1/1. At the start of your next turn, it becomes a 5-mana 5/5 of a random legendary minion. So yeah, it stays 5 mana.
I wish cards did what they said.
Yeah, I kind of wish they did too, but apparently it's a 5-mana 5/5 that just has the effect of whatever legendary minion.
Okay.
Which is why I looked that up, because something about that didn't feel right. So it's sort of like the other shaman card that.
Mm-hmm. Maybe in testing or some other stage of development, they were thinking like, it'd be really bad if it gave a huge discount and a huge power boost to small legends, and stayed the same cost for a big legendary.
Yeah. So let's see. I'm gonna call it now. We're gonna see Trollden highlights of Bandersnatch turning into Malagos for the win and Alexstrasza for the win.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of hope, like the original versions of each of those. And I kind of hope that I do get my ass kicked by a 5/5 Nat Pagal now that I've said that. Okay, let's keep going.
Bandersnatch's flavor text references Shutterwalk, which I'm sure will happen every once in a while as well.
The Shutterwalk finds him particularly frumious. I thought the Bandersnatch was frumious.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
They can both be frumious.
I mean, that's true.
Well,
yeah.
the Bandersnatch is a reference to the Bandersnatch.
Right.
Well, yes.
Anyway, now that we've explained the joke.
All right.
Corrupt,
The Corrupt
Elementalist.
Elementalist, a 5-mana 3/3 battlecry. Invoke Galacrond twice, which means for 5 mana you get a 3/3 and 2/2/1s with Rush.
And your Galacron is now automatically updated to the Apocalypse or the next.
Guaranteed upgrade.
Yeah.
Yes.
This card is silly.
Mm-hmm.
Is that hair or is that horns? Because if that horns,
Horns.
that's too heavy. Because how do you stay upright with horns that size?
I mean, they're probably moving back far enough to distribute the weight so that if you tilt your head one way, you don't automatically fall over, right? Or maybe they're made out of like carbon fiber.
They're hollow on the inside?
Oh, they could be hollow like birds' bones, yeah. But yeah, this card's good, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Next. Oh god,
Next.
it's a battle cry too. Oh, Quest Shaman. Okay. Cumulo Maximus. I love this card. 5 mana, 5/5 elemental. Battle cry. If you have overloaded mana crystals, deal 5 damage.
Oof.
What?
Any amount of overloaded mana crystals. 2. So
Yeah.
I guess the only good news is that you're not casting it on turn 5, and for that effect.
But like, what? Are you serious? This is really good.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a battle cry, which means sometimes this says 10 to your face. Oh, God. So this is a good card.
Yeah.
I gathered that somewhere.
All right, Dragon's Pack. 5 mana. Summon 2/3 Spirit Wolves with Taunt. But if you've invoked twice, give them +3/+3, making them 2/5/6 Spirit Wolves with Taunt.
I'm not supposed to like Shaman this much. Like usually with Shaman sets, I'm like, I'm not really feeling the Shaman, and of course that's what I get all the legendaries of. And yet this time I'm looking at this, I'm like, I'm all about some of this stuff. So I'm mad because I like it so much. That's a weird place to be in, you know.
This is what
I mean-
we've been driven to today.
So yeah, so for 5 you get the 2/3 Spirit Wolves with Taunt. We have a 3 mana version of this, but it has Overload, so you can do it without Overload. Great. Oh, but by the way, they might be 5/6s
And probably should be if you're doing it right.
if you're doing it right. Yeah.
It won't be very difficult to do this.
No, the whole hold a dragon thing is just not that hard to do. Shouldn't be anyway.
Wait, where does Holding a Dragon come in?
What?
Oh, if you've invoked twice, I'm sorry. I guess having these
condition,
different
Brian, wrong
themes-
condition.
Yeah, having these themes in the same set is kind of throwing me off a little bit. Still, shouldn't be that hard to do.
Yeah, and these are pretty much the same wolves from the other spell that my brain refuses to tell me the name of.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I just hear the
Everybody's-
howling sound in my mind. Like,
Yeah, me too. And I
"Ooh."
see the animation, and I know I'm overloaded for 2.
Yep, because that's what happens.
That worries me, though. Chat, what the hell is the name of the normal card? We're bad at this. All right, so let's go on. Now, is this Nithhog or is this Nidhogg?
I think it's Nith.
Nithhog. We'll go with that.
No.
The flavor text says not to be confused with Nithhogger, like Hogger. So
Freaking Hogger. All right, so this is the legendary dragon, a 6 mana 5/5 dragon. And the battle cry is weird. You summon 2/0/3 eggs. The next turn, they hatch into 4/4 drakes with rush. So it's not a death rattle. They just have to survive a turn, and you get 8/8 worth of rush. I don't know how I feel about that.
I don't know.
I have no idea how I feel about it at all. It's
Like, you're one hellfire away from being very sad. So I don't know if this is remotely good or not.
Yeah, I mean, basically you get a couple 0/3s with pseudo taunt, and if your opponent somehow can't deal with them, then you have a crazy board.
yeah.
That is true.
I-
They're pretty much pseudo taunt.
I just don't know what. Yeah, I got nothing.
It's not that
guys.
hard to deal with 2 0/3s.
Unless your opponent plays this at just the right time, and you look at your hand and you're like, son of a, I hate you so much.
Mm-hmm.
And then the
I know
turn
that.
after they turn into 4/4s, you'll draw whatever thing that would have dealt with the eggs, and you go, and then you concede. And when I say you, I mean me. Then I'll concede. Okay, I got nothing. Seems substandard, but I know I'll die to it, and that makes me sad. Sorry. Oh, and then we've got Galakron. All right, so that's Shaman. Shaman has good stuff.
It does.
Good stuff.
Like, all of the overload stuff. Well, okay, except maybe the Surging Tempest is still good. It's just not broken, which some people won't be able to get past. But a 1-mana 2/3 I hear is pretty good.
Yeah, the Galakron line with Shaman is especially exciting.
Yeah, whether you play it in Quest or not, like, it's just solid.
Yeah.
Plus, invoking giving you a removal spell, or at least a damage spell, is really good.
Right.
And the lightning breath is so wrong. Oh my god. So yeah, the dragon stuff, the invoke stuff, the overload stuff, it's all good. And then there's Bandersmosh. Just like, hello.
Which can be great, but it's random, which is the whole point.
It's a different kind of great.
Yeah.
All right.
Its mom thinks it's great, so.
Yeah, it does. All right, so Warlock then. Where is Galak? There he is. Galakron the Wretched. The battle cry is summon a random demon. When you invoke twice, you get 2 random demons. When you invoke twice more, I don't know why that was so hard to say, you get 4 random demons.
A lot of variability there.
Yeah, because demons go from, as Mike said earlier, what is this crap, to holy crap, I'm going to win.
Yep.
But the hero power is summon 2 1/1 imps. So that's what you're invoking whenever you invoke Galakron the Wretched, which will be important.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not super exciting, but I remember the old Quest Warlock where you got 2 1/1s imps every turn, and that really just added up. So.
Yeah. But like this is I think this is the least obviously powerful Galakron.
Mm-hmm.
But that's okay because the rest of the Warlock set is pretty good. So let's get to it. First, Rain of Fire. 1 mana, deal 1 damage to all characters. Sure.
Yeah.
It helps with those take damage from your cards.
Mm-hmm.
Cards.
Mm-hmm.
You know, whenever you're dealt damage, do a thing. Yep. Plus, it's removal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kill some random X1s.
Yeah. It's fine.
Yeah.
Nether Breath. 2 mana, deal 2 damage. If you're holding a dragon, deal 4 damage with lifesteal instead. Yes.
Ooh-wee.
Sometimes the breath cards, the difference between the 2 effects is there, but it's not as big. This is tremendous.
Also, it should be pointed out that chat just pointed out the demons that you got from the Portal quest were 3/2s.
Oh, they were 3/2s. Okay, well that is different. That is different.
True.
Yeah.
Nether Breath can go face. Remember that.
Nether Breath can go face.
Yep.
Whoops. All right, next up, Dark Skies. This is a strange card. 3 mana, deal 1 damage to a random minion. Repeat for each card in your hand. It gives Handlock a thing to do to handle tapping for like the first 3 turns.
Uh-huh.
Which is okay. We've got 8 cards in hand. Let's deal some damage now and stem the bleeding.
Yeah, very reminiscent of the Meteorologist. Is that what that was called?
Yes.
And it only hits
that
minions.
Can go face. Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's no chance of you like hurting yourself or anything like that with this.
Right. So yeah, Dark Skies is neat. I'm all about some handlock. So I'm excited to see if Dark Skies is a thing. Next up, Dragon Blight Cultist, a 3-mana 1/1 that says battle cry, invoke Galakron, and gain +1 attack for each other friendly minion. So it's actually a 3/1 that
Right.
brings 2 1/1s with it.
Mm-hmm.
If you have nothing else.
If you have, on an empty board.
Yeah.
This feels kind of zooey. Actually, the entire Galakron line in this class seems
Yes.
very zooey. So yeah, it's not great, but it's go wide and get something that has a bite to it. So yeah. All right, then we have Fiendish Rites, which is also extremely zooey. Invoke Galakron, 3 mana. Invoke Galakron, give your minions +1 attack. So you immediately get the 2/2/1s plus whatever else you have is buffed.
Yeah, I like
And
it.
in a zoo deck, that's pretty good. Yep. These are all really quick. Veiled Worshipper. Now, I like this one also. 4 mana, 5/4, Battlecry. If you've invoked twice, draw 3 cards. So what's the problem with zoo decks? Well, they're aggressive, so you run out of cards. Now you're a warlock, so you don't run out of cards as fast as you do in other classes. But you still run out of cards if you're, barfing out minions to try to get board presence and board advantage.
Yeah,
this
and
is
maybe
just
you've been
realism.
too busy using your mana to draw more cards.
Exactly. And this is just, boom, draw 3 cards. Which is huge.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
I like it.
Yeah. I also like this in some sort of handlock deck. The problem is the invoke cards in Warlock don't go with those, which makes me sad.
Yeah, never mind. You're right.
Yeah, like Fiendish
He was
Rites.
gonna say
yeah.
you're wrong, and then he's like, "Wait, no, you're not wrong."
Yeah. So that's the only part I don't like about the Veiled Worshipper. But that's okay.
Yeah, I guess we'd have to get into the neutral to see if those are enough to prop it up.
Yeah, which I kind of doubt. But you never know. We'll have to go look.
Mm-hmm.
All right, then we have the Crazed Netherwing. A 5 mana 5/5 dragon. Okay. Battlecry. If you're holding a dragon, deal 3 damage to all other characters. Whoa. Okay, well,
So it's like the battle cry version of the death rattle we saw in Priest, but this is
No.
all characters.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this
so
is-
this is Hellfire. Yeah.
this is Hellfire.
This is Hellfire.
And you remember the Abyssal, whatever he was called, the 6 mana 6/6 that brought a Hellfire with him was a damn good card.
Oh, yeah.
So a 5 mana
remember.
5/5 dragon that brings a Hellfire with it is probably a damn good card.
I think that was a 7 mana 6/6.
It was a 7 mana.
Oh, it was
6/6, yes.
7. Yeah.
Yeah, to distinguish it from the 6 mana that deals 1.
So yeah, I am excited for the Crazed Netherwing
Mm-hmm.
because this and the Breath are both. If you're holding a dragon, this is insane. All right, next, the Abyssal Summoner, which when I first read this, my brain made it the Abysmal Summoner, and I read it and I went, "That's pretty good. That's not abysmal." Oh,
Hearthstone has very high standards.
clearly. So 6 mana for a 2/2, which is awful. But the battle cry is summon a demon with taunt and stats equal to your hand size. So again, I love me some handlock. So this is like a 6 mana 2/2 and like a 7/7. Easy.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a battle cry, which feels like you can do something with that. I realize we're not in Shaman, but still feels like there's something you can do with that. It's also a 6 mana guy that if you like get a random minion that costs, 6, you're gonna be like, yes, and you're like, oh.
Yeah, this one does kick the random minion that costs 6 right in the balls. But that's fine. You need some
of that.
some of that so that you can have those feels good or feels bad depending on which side of the board you're on. But yeah, I like this card.
Feed Trollden videos.
Wait, say that again?
Feed Trollden videos, like give them some fodder.
Exactly.
So, but yeah, this card is great.
Yeah, I like this card. I don't know about great, but I really like it. It's great in
This
the
card-
deck
this
that it
card
wants
has
to
a lot
be
of-
in.
This card has a lot of potential. How about that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Whoop, that's Galakron.
Yep. But now we have some stuff that's more expensive than Galakron.
Oh god, Valdris Felgorge. This one's what?
Like, how are they? I'm curious how they're going to display. Like, huh?
Well, I'm worried about how this is gonna work on mobile.
Yeah.
Like on
Hey,
PC,
he's not
it's gonna be
kidding.
fine, but on mobile, oh. So for 7 mana, it's a 4/4, which is awful. But the battle cry: increase your maximum hand size to 12. Draw 4 cards. What? This card is awesome in that one deck.
Yeah.
And I just read the flavor text and it makes me super happy. I don't mean to pry, but you don't by chance happen to have 6 fingers on both of your hands. Because 12 cards. Anyway.
Yes.
So yeah, again, in the handlock deck, like this allows for potentially giants that cost 1.
Yeah.
I guess technically you could get a giant that's free. How much do giants cost?
It starts at 12, right? Does it say other cards in your hand or cards in your hand?
I can't remember.
Anyway, 1 or 0. Still good.
Still good. Takes serious work to get there, especially this late in the game, but still. Anyway, so that's a neat card. I don't know if it's worth... well, it says draw 4 cards, so yeah, it's probably totally worth playing in handlock decks.
Yeah, it's a 4/4 for 7 that draws you 4 cards.
Yeah, draw 4 cards, that's a lot of power. All right.
Yes.
And then we have Zaraku the Warped. Apparently the extra Z is for Zesty. I was just about to say, I wonder why there are 2 Z's, and I looked at the flavor text. Thanks, game.
Your
And
question's answered.
this is silly. An 8 mana 4/12 dragon. It says whenever your hero takes damage, summon a 6/6 Nether Drake.
Wow, I put the words on your turn in there, but it doesn't say that.
Does not say. There are a lot of words that this card doesn't say. Yeah, but on your turn, you can easily like Zaraku and then tap.
Oh, yeah.
Or Zaraku and play, what was this first card? Rain
Rain
of Fire.
Fire.
Yeah. We were talking the other day about in Magic the Gathering, No Mercy, and how it also like makes you pay for attacking your opponent. This you got to figure, hey, is getting in there for 2 worth them getting a 6/6?
Yeah. I like this guy.
I feel like all of a sudden your life total goes up by 12.
Yes.
Oh yeah, because he's totally got taunt.
Taunt. Yeah.
Like, he doesn't have taunt. He's got taunt. Because your opponent's going to go, kill it! Kill it! Kill it!
And like you said, because we're in Warlock, so many ways to hurt yourself.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool.
So
What's
Warlock
Warlock
seems-
got? Warlock has Zooey cards. Warlock has Handlock cards.
Mhm.
And it's even got some stuff for the Hurt Yourself deck, which they keep adding cards to like, huh? Is this a thing? Huh? And no, it's not. Now it could maybe be.
Got some potential.
Yeah, like that crazed Netherwing, man. Jesus.
Yeah.
So I want to build... The problem is I don't care at all about playing Zoo. So I might have to skip over Galakron entirely in Warlock. But the rest, I'm here for it. I'm strapped in. I'm going... Let's go! What are we waiting for? Fire! All right, so warrior.
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 All right, so pirate warrior is totally a thing, but first Galakron.
Mm-hmm.
Galakron the Unbreakable. Has battle cry, draw 1 minion, give it +4/+4. When you upgrade to the Apocalypse, it's draw 2 minions, give them +4/+4. And when you upgrade to Azeroth's End is draw 4 minions, give them +4/+4, and you get the Claw, a 5/2 weapon, of course. That's all well and good. Drawing minions and giving them massive buffs is pretty sick. But Galakron's Might is his hero power. Give your hero +3 attack this turn.
Wow. Wow.
Don't you wish you always had a weapon in Warrior?
I do.
Well, have I got the deal for you? All it takes is your, pledge of your eternal soul to a long dead dragon,
Yay.
and $50.
Damn it. So, yeah, Galakron is pretty neat. Galakron's Might is pretty neat. Let's go see what we're dealing with here. All right, so we've got Sky Raider, a 1-mana 1/2 pirate. Add a random pirate to your hand. Battle cry. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
1-mana 1/2s that draw a card are pretty good in Warrior.
Yep.
Like Town Crier gets one from your deck. This just makes one for you. Here, have this pirate. So, yeah, seems fine. Because if you want pirates, you don't care that there are good pirates and bad pirates. You just want pirates.
Oh yeah. You just need more of them.
Exactly.
You're okay with morally ambiguous pirates?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not, but if you're playing pirates, you are. You
Yes.
prefer morally ambiguous pirates, in fact. Next up, we've got the Ritual Chopper, a 2-mana 1/2 weapon. That sounds awful. But battle cry, invoke Galakron. So it's actually a 2-mana 4/2 weapon, and then it's a 1/2 weapon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is fine, because remember, there are pirates that care about your weapons for various reasons.
Let me take a look at that thing. That's pretty nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. You gonna use that?
So
Gosh,
I don't
4-power
know.
weapon for 2, even though it breaks down. Gosh.
Yeah, and if you, it's a 4/2 again if you invoke with something else.
Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So you don't have to swing with it every turn. You can just wait until you invoke again, and then blam.
Mm-hmm.
But if you do swing with it again later, as soon as you invoke again, you don't have to be holding a weapon. You're just like, no, I'm good.
Indeed.
Punch.
Just run up and smash someone with your head.
My head.
This seems pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right,
How about
moving on.
How about the next one?
It's the Ankar, which is a legendary weapon. I don't think I realized that. But now that I read it, yeah, I should have. It's a 3-mana 2/3 legendary weapon. After your hero attacks, draw a pirate from your deck. Again, what's the problem with aggressive decks, which pirates are aggressive?
Ooh. Too many eye patches.
No, not pirates specifically, aggressive decks.
Okay, running out of cards.
Exactly. So what does this do? Well, it keeps you from running out of cards as quickly because you're drawing pirates.
Still no eye patches.
Yeah, like this works with Raiding Party. And you don't have to say anything past that, do you?
No.
No.
Oh, God. Okay, moving on.
What's the flavor
Awaken!
What's the flavor text for the Ankar?
The problem with anchors is they often end up sinking to the bottom of your deck. That's why you play Raiding Party. Jesus. All right, so Awaken! There's an exclamation point, so you have to say it that way. Awaken! For 3 mana, invoke Galakron, deal 1 damage to all minions. So remember, you're in Warrior, which loves to deal damage to all minions. It loves whirlwind effects.
Kind of a thing they do, yeah.
And then you get +3 attack on your face. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's a common too.
Moving on. The Evil Quartermaster. This is just a solid dude. 3 mana, 2/3, battle cry, add a lackey to your hand, gain 3 armor. Yeah, great.
As good as lackeys are, yeah.
Plus early armor. Yeah, sure. I like it. I'm digging it.
It's great.
Yeah, it's one of those where it's unclear when you wouldn't actually want to play it.
Right?
When I'm asleep.
When, when I'm playing Druid.
No, I think Druid would appreciate this.
Well, yeah, but you can't. All right, next up, Ramming Speed, which is I'm amazed that this is a removal spell in Warrior that hasn't happened yet. For 3 mana, force a minion to attack one of its neighbors. So it's not like Betrayal where it just stabs its neighbors. It actually attacks it. So it's potentially a 2-for-1 for 3 mana.
It's like the weapon that when you hit the creature, it automatically turns around and punches somebody else in the face.
Yeah, it's a one-shot Super Collider.
Super Collider, thank you.
And this is another of those cards that makes you think about positioning when you're playing your stuff, which against Warrior, depending on how the Warrior meta is at the moment, you might not because Super Collider goes in and out of favor, but I just like cards that make you pay attention because positioning is a thing in Hearthstone that a lot of times just doesn't matter. So anything that makes it matter, I appreciate.
It's there for them to work with, and then how much they choose to work with it can vary from set to set.
Yeah. So it's a cool spell. I don't know if it'll see any play anywhere, but it's a cool spell. All right, then we have the Scion of Ruin. This guy, 3 mana, 3/2 dragon with Rush. And the battle cry, if you've invoked twice, summon 2 copies of this.
For some reason, I missed this one, and I feel dumb because, wow.
Yeah.
I mean, do you like the Rush guy with Reborn?
I do.
Then you'll probably like this.
Yeah. Like Town Crier draws it. Granted, when Town Crier draws it, you might not want to play it just yet, but sometimes you just need a 3/2 Rush.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if you're getting full value. That's not the point of Rush.
But now you're guaranteed to have it in your hand when you finally have invoked twice.
Yeah. Yeah. This is for 3 mana. You get 12 power. No, wait, it doesn't invoke. It's just if you've invoked twice. So for 3 mana, you get 9 power.
Oh, is that all?
Yeah, exactly. Buh. But this one's an epic. So, it's not like the stupid mummy, which is the best common in that set. It's the best common in several sets.
That was kind of dumb. I think we even said that when we were doing our set review. We were like,
yeah, like this card's the best card ever. Play it, and then they did. Damn it.
Yeah. It's nice to know we were right.
Next up, Sky Barge, a 3 mana 2/5 mech. After you summon a pirate, deal 2 damage to a random enemy. This is Ship's Cannon, I think it was called.
Yes.
Except
a little bit of an upgrade.
Yeah, it's more expensive. It has a bigger ass, and it's a mech.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. I mean, if you're playing pirates, you want this, right?
Right.
Yep.
So there you go. We all remember the Ship's Cannon. I think Ship's Cannon is still a thing in Wild. So look, now you can do stuff like that in Standard, but not quite so efficiently. All right, Molten Breath is the breath in Warrior. 4 mana, deal 5 damage to a minion. And if you're holding a dragon, gain 5 armor. Hey! Bonus.
That's pretty serious.
Nice, is it Purifying Fire impression? The 5 damage and priest deal restore 3 health. 5 damage, restore 5 health. What is that? Purifying fire.
Holy fire.
Holy fire. But that costs
6.
6.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like this. In case you couldn't tell.
Pizza so hot it burns other people's mouths.
Is that the flavor
That's
text?
the flavor text. Oh my god. All right, there's
I don't think they're
Galakron.
taking their job seriously.
So seriously. Oh yeah, and then we have Deathwing Mad Aspect. He mad though. So Deathwing is all about showing up and destroying everything.
Mm-hmm.
And he's an 8 mana 12/12 dragon. But is instead of wiping the board and discarding your hand, this time he battle cry, attack all other minions.
Does he actually do it all at once, or is it sequential in some random order?
It's probably sequential like the other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't think of it at the moment. The bees spell and
Mm-hmm.
And locusts?
one of those you have to attack with them. I think the bees spell is the only thing I can think of that auto attacks stuff, right?
The bees spell just attacks one thing, though, right?
Right, but like when a thing dies, then the bees just sort of sit there and go, "Cool."
Mm-hmm.
So I'm wondering if like Deathwing attack all other minions, if he hits that one and then that one, and then he dies, the other two are like, whew.
Uh-huh.
Or if, like you said, it's all at once and he goes blam, but that would just say deal 12 damage to all other minions. Or something.
Yeah, but if he attacks them, then they also deal damage back to him.
That is true, yeah.
I don't know. We'll see.
Oh, wait a minute. You know what? Let's see what the Gamepedia says. Deathwing, Mad Aspect. What? Alright, so yeah, Divine Shield minions are cool. Because, you know, they don't die to him because all he does is attack.
Mm-hmm.
May leave him injured or dead by the time he finishes. I'm still pretty sure that by the time he dies, he just stops attacking. Otherwise, that would be silly.
Yeah. You're probably right. It's probably sequential in some random order.
Yeah. So, yeah. But Deathwing is always a big board clear, and Warrior doesn't get one-sided board clears, really. So,
Mm-hmm.
this fits Deathwing and Warrior just fine. Nice. Plus, look, he's so happy. He's like, "Rawr, I'm the Cataclysm." Nah. Anyway. Alright, so Warrior gets piratey stuff for the aggressive warriors. It gets plenty of like armor and removal for controlly warriors.
Mm-hmm.
And then Galakron itself is just mad tempo.
Yeah. And the dragon stuff is pretty nice too. So
Yeah, like what do I not expect to see here? Like ramming speed, I'm not sure if people will play it. And everything else looks like it goes in a deck. Like straight up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I guess that's Warrior. So that is the League of Evil classes, all the Galakron classes. So I predict that if Brian were to start playing lots of Hearthstone right after the set comes out, he would get sick of seeing Galakron in every game.
probably.
Because remember, everyone gets all the Galakron hero cards when the set releases, as long as you log in.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So if you don't currently play Hearthstone, maybe consider re-downloading it and opening it up once the set drops, which is on Tuesday, so you can get them and then just close it again. And if you ever pick it back up, at least you'll have them. But let's see. So Priest is kind of Rogue is
Rogues.
Rogue is weird.
Okay. Yeah.
Shaman is nuts.
Yeah. Warlock's pretty darn crazy too.
Warlock, I'm super excited for the Control Warlock stuff, but if you like Zoo stuff, you've got stuff to play with there. And then Warrior has something for all the Warrior decks I could think of, so yeah. Seems good.
Yeah.
All right. So with that, we will be done with our League of Evil class reviews. Next up, neutrals. Which, there's some spicy stuff in neutral too, which I'm surprised that there's that much spice. But the neutral cards are where all of the glue that holds the dragon classes together, that's where it all hangs out. So you'll have to come back, watch the next video to find out about that. And so yeah, with that we will be done. So thank you all so very much for joining us, and to praise Galakron, let's say.